What do you think, Marshall Faulk, the Niners and their brass, Coach Lynch, are thinking about Jimmy Garoppolo this morning? What do you think?
They're not.
What do you mean?
They're not. They already know. Like this was it for Jimmy. Like that's a wrap. I'm gonna be honest. Jimmy, you were standing next to me, and I was like, okay, here it is. Now Jimmy G is about to show up. Some people can handle the pressure, and some can't. And when it gets thick, whether it's the ball, the touchdown to Emmanuel Sanders that he missed in a Super Bowl against the Chiefs, or some of the throws that game should have been out of hand. I never seen Jalen Ramsey drop a ball that hit him in the chest. He cannot handle the pressure right now.
He had Kittle.
He
had Kittle open, right? Obviously, he hit him for the touchdown, but he had Kittle open for a touchdown in the first quarter. That was right there.
No, it's Rich. It is what it is, man. You either can handle those moments or you can't. And I don't want to take anything away from the guy. I just don't. I don't feel like he's built to handle the moments.
Would you go and hire him if you were a GM somewhere else? And if let's just say you're Pittsburgh looking for the guy after Roethlisberger. Let's just say you're anybody looking. You would take.
I'd bring him. I'd bring him in. He'd be my backup. He'd be my backup. He would. Yeah.
So you would not hire him as a starting quarterback?
No.
In the NFL?
No. He looked real handsome holding a clipboard. Really good.
Wow.
Really good. I'm all for him. I'm all for him, Rich. I love the guy.
He can't win 10 games in Pittsburgh next year?
You have to remember that division. There's good quarterbacks on somewhat. Cleveland is the jury's still out on Baker. I don't know if it's Baker or if it's the system. I can't figure it out.
In terms of that, Marshall, the fact that Odell is balling out right now, what would you counsel Browns fans to be thinking, seeing that, Marshall?
Well, I don't think that was Baker's fault. I think that was Stefanski's fault. This wasn't the first time. Stefanski was the guy with Diggs as well. This not the first time he's isolated that kind of receiver, a guy who wants. He's done this before.
What is this? What is that? Put more meat on the bones of what this is.
Well,
please.
You isolate a receiver out, a guy who demands the ball, who wants the attention, and whom they may have thought he was a distraction. Yeah. You feature. And listen, here's what Sean McVay. It's a Cooper Kupp show, but he'll feature Odell on drives. They'll feature Odell.
First snap of the game last night was a quick throw to Odell. First snap.
There you go. Yeah. Yes. And some coaches are creative enough to do that, and some they just run a system. And maybe Stefanski he'll get his guy and Kirk Cousins, to come run his offense and show that he's actually worth what they paid him and why they hired him. But I don't listen. Odell's in the Super Bowl right now. Let's just say that.
I could see that. By the way, I am fluent in Marshall Faulk, Christopher, TJ. I am fluent in Marshall Faulk inflection. That was a passive aggressive shot at Kirk Cousins, right there.
I cannot imagine Kirk Cousins quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings next year.
So that's why you bring him in for Cleveland? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you bring him in for Cleveland.
Jimmy G or Kirk Cousins, Marshall?
I'm going Kirk Cousins. Kirk has a bigger body of bad work, so I'm going to go Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk to play us out. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.